Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Monday Kickoff. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Hope you guys are having an amazing start of the week. Guys, we just had some events that literally just started a couple of minutes ago. And in today's video, I do want to discuss about the upcoming things that I'm expecting to hear this week, at least to find out this week. One of them, of course, will be the new Fusion. 100% we're going to find out news about the Fusion unless they are completely delaying the November Fusion. Then on top of it, I am expecting to find information about what's next in Raid. Okay, so I'm expecting to see a video like that, so definitely stay tuned for it. Hopefully, they're not going to release that tomorrow because I'm not going to be around. It's my birthday tomorrow, actually, so I'll be 33 years young, if you know what I mean. And usually they tend to release these sort of things when I'm not home. And by the time I get back home, everybody made like 25 million videos on them. Even their grandmas made videos on them, so it's kind of pointless to put another one up there, you know. So I'm curious to see how that will look because they promised this massive feature, right? Bigger than the Doom Tower. I've seen all sort of videos going out there saying that it will be kind of like a wave sort of thing where you just kill waves of enemies. I've seen like an Elhain sort of animation, but that looks just like a fake ad and looks trash. So hopefully it's not going to be anything like that because it's just rubbish. But that being said, we have a new Prism summoning pool event, guys. And of course, they had to put her in. Tranda is in here. So for whoever needs a Tranda to become the new king of the Hydra Clash, now is your moment to summon, guys. Get that Tranda before they actually gonna hammer her down and nerf her. Because at some point, I feel like they might do something, even though they said no. They've done the exact same thing to Corpulent. They said no, and then they just came out and did it. And of course, it seems like they're really looking to sell those mythical books because they're constantly pushing the Fusion champions, and that's not a bad thing, okay? So I'm just kind of like trolling a bit. It's not a bad thing. I'm actually glad because I'm still missing a champion from here. I still need Lady Quillen to be able to make one of the fusions. Now, you don't have all of the epics for the fusion, of course, but you do have 3 of them, if I'm not mistaken, that are part of the mythical fusion at the moment. We have some interesting legendaries, of course. We have Elva, we have Harima, we have Kyoku, we have Valkyrie, Lysandra, Jetney, and Abyss. Now, the epic champions on their own are decent. Don't expect anything wow. You have Alluring here. You do have Lady Annabelle, which is amazing to solo the Bommel, the Dreadhorn boss, which is coming in the next rotation. So keep that in mind. But other than that, it's nothing like insanely spectacular. Yes, you do have Morag, which is pretty useful as well. Warnan, good for faction wars if you need a bit of a revive and stuff in there. The rest of them are fairly average, I would say. And Zargala, she's still kind of like maybe aged fairly well compared to other OG epics, you know, like you can still use Zargala. Now, the chances right here, guys, are a 4.5% for a legendary. Then you have a 95.5% for an epic. It costs you 30 crystals, or yeah, prism crystals to make one summon. So hopefully they will host some sort of events because I would like to make a couple of summons and have a chance to get Lady Quillen. Of course, I will not spend any money whatsoever in this event because I never spend on this. And there are a few reasons why. This has no mercy system whatsoever, okay? And most of them tend to have rare champions involved. Most of them tend to have a lower chance to summon a legendary. This time around is actually fairly decent, I'll be honest, at 4.5% with 30 crystals per summon. Now, these ones right here, for whoever is curious, these are the best offers you will get for Prism Crystals. It's not like the other shop where everything that's in the regular daily shop is bad and you expect special pop-up offers. No, this is actually the best deal because they're selling you 400 crystal packs at $100. This gives you 420 at $100. So basically you're getting almost an extra summon. Still, personally, I don't necessarily think that these events are that great, just for the simple fact that they are bringing in a new currency that cannot be earned from playing the game. Maybe you can earn one one summon or something like that. Now, when we are talking about tournaments, we have nothing that it seems to start in the next couple of days. Usually, you're getting the Prism Crystals from tournaments. They do the tournaments that require you to do a dungeon in as few turns as possible, you know. But seems like it's nothing like that here. So keep that in mind. And then at events again, we do have a Soulstone Rush starting in exactly 30 seconds. We're going to check that to see if it rewards us with what we need. The Pet event is ending. The Artifact Enhancement event is ending as well. And very curious to see if we're going to have new ones popping up in the next 18 seconds. When we are talking about Doom Tower, guys, we still have 1 week and 2 days. That's when the Bommel rotation will come out. So definitely stay tuned for that. Hydra is still pretty much the same awful rotation. So we do have 3 more weeks of this rotation. Not the best. Too many force heads for the Tranda users. So if you're summoning a Tranda, you're gonna know what I'm talking about once you're gonna try that team. We do have a 10x event as well at the moment, guys, and I'm kind of like trying to understand. I know people that don't purchase the pass might YOLO 2-3 shards to try and get Xena, especially if you're free to play and you want the champion, but you don't want to pay the price for the champion pass, whatever the heck is called. And I understand those people summoning, but I will never understand the person that will go and buy shards for like $100 or $200, $300 right now while this 10x is on, and then come and summon on the 10x for Xena instead of just getting the pass. I don't know. Maybe nobody does that, but that would be something like so weird to see that happening. I don't know, like. Yeah, very, very low IQ move, I would assume, you know? So let's see what do we have here. Soulstone Rush. Are we getting any Prism Crystals? We are getting actually 50 of them. We're getting 50 of them. So that will almost get you to 2 summons. But for that, you do need to have quite a few Soulstones. Preferably 2 big ones, or maybe have 13 of the medium ones, or maybe have 130 of the small ones, or maybe mix them, you know? And you will get to the Prism Crystals. Now, I have 0 Soulstone saved up. I stopped saving them a long time ago because, I don't know, it's not like it's not worth it to get extra rewards. It's just that, yeah, my patience is pretty much all over the place with save everything, and just save even more, you know? So I'm not saving those. I would expect probably to get a few tournaments as well coming, guys, and hopefully we're gonna get more, basically to give us a chance to get what we need for the actual fusion. Now we only have a few epics that are used in the mythical fusion for Tatsu. I haven't noticed if we have anything for Kira. Maybe we have this one epic in there, most probably, if I'm not mistaken. So you cannot get all the epics that you need, but you might get lucky to get the right one, the one that you need, or at least I'm hoping for it. Now, how I mentioned, guys, the fusion ended last week. Usually we have roughly around the week break in between the announcement, so expect this week to hear an announcement for the upcoming fusion for next week. At the same time, keep in mind that we will have a fusion for Christmas as well. Now, they don't necessarily tend to be better than the regular fusions. Like last year on Christmas, I'll be honest, we had Rat King, right? So he was decent. He was pretty decent. The year before, I think we had Tatura. Then before we had Pixniel, which is still awful. And before that, we had Tormin. So I've heard this question a lot. That's why I'm answering it right now. Skratch, what should I expect in terms of Christmas fusion? Is it gonna be much harder than the other ones? Is it gonna be easier than the other ones? Do you think it's gonna be an OP champion? So I'll be honest. During the year, we tend to get much better fusions than the Christmas ones. It doesn't mean that this year they're not going to surprise us with something much better. In terms of what sort of resources you need to use, they're pretty much the same with every other fusion. They don't tend to make them easier. The only time when it was easier when they made the very first one, and that was Stormin. All the rest, they kind of like went on the same sort of way with the regular fusions and didn't really make anything easier, to be honest. And prepare yourself with tons of resources. Now, once we're going to see what fusion we have now in November, we're going to know if it's worth it to invest in that fusion or continue to save the resources up till Christmas, when we might have a different fusion which has the potential to be better than the one in November, or of course worse. Keep in mind, guys, the clan quests are about to end in 21 hours. Make sure you're completing your clan quests and be ready for tomorrow morning to get a few ones. The clan shop doesn't really sell many juicy things at the moment. Legendary skill tome for whoever wants to purchase this one is very overpriced in my opinion, considering how much clan gold we are getting per week. I need to purchase my accessories actually. I'm hoping that we are going to get Chaos Ores again. But that was all for the video, guys. How I mentioned, stay tuned for what's next in Raid video as well. I would be very surprised if they're not releasing any information this week, considering the shite show they pulled this weekend with the Champion Pass, and just generally, man, they're just constantly kind of like chopping their own legs off. So I'm very curious to see what is the next content. And my God, I'm praying for the good of Raid that is going to be something better than the Doom Tower and is going to live to its expectations. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.